In this video, we're going to be talking about crypto. Me personally, I was interested in crypto ever since I was really young, and I always heard that it was some, safe, secure, anonymous thing. So I always had this thought like, oh yeah, crypto is safe. But today we're going to be talking about 5 different ways of how crypto actually gets stolen. And it even happened to me once, which I'll tell you about later in the video. The reason why stealing crypto is so effective and appealing to hackers is because there is no chargeback. There isn't any refund. There's no way to get your money or your crypto back once it's stolen. And it's also hard to trace, especially if they use a coin like Monero. By the way, this video is for educational purposes only. My only intent with this video is to educate you and how you can prevent it from happening to you. So anyway, let's get into it. So the first one is very simple but also clever, and this is called a crypto clipper. Now, whenever you send someone money with any crypto, Bitcoin, Monero, Litecoin, Ethereum, whatever it is, you need their wallet address, which is just a string of usually numbers and letters. And let's say you're on your wallet app or on your exchange and you click send crypto. You have to paste their wallet and then you have to type the amount, send, and the crypto gets sent. What crypto clippers do is that when you copy an address, like a Bitcoin address, it replaces what you copied with the hacker's address. And when you go in to paste it thinking that you're sending money to, whoever you need to be sending it to, you actually end up sending it to the hacker's wallet. And if you're not paying attention, it's kind of hard to notice because it's just a long string of numbers and letters. And if you're not paying attention, they can easily look the same. Now, how this works more specifically is that in the background, there's a program running and it's constantly checking your clipboard and checking if you have something copied that's in the format of a wallet address. And many crypto clippers, they actually check for multiple different coins because different coins have different address formats. So whether the victim is sending Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is, it gets replaced by the hacker's address for that coin and the money gets sent to the hacker. To protect yourself against this, just always make sure you double check the address before you send any money. And if it's different, then you probably have some malware on your system and you should definitely do a virus scan. And I would actually wipe my PC, I'm going to be honest. Okay, moving on to the next one, and this one you probably heard of, and it's called cryptojacking. Now, this is when a hacker distributes malware that when executed sits in the background and uses up your system resources to mine crypto, but sends all the earnings from the mining to the hacker's address. If you don't know what Bitcoin mining is, man, I don't even know how to explain it. But basically, you can use your GPU and CPU to perform calculations for the blockchain, and for that, you get rewarded. You get rewarded in crypto. And how it's usually done is that a person sets up a mining rig. So it's like a PC, but 10 times more fans, triple the GPUs. It's just optimized for mining Bitcoin. But when a hacker installs these silent miners on other people's computers, they don't have to use up electricity. They don't need to have crazy hardware. They just use your resources without you knowing. Now, for the hacker to actually make money from this, they're going to need to infect a lot of people. So what silent miners do is really sneaky. Let's say, for example, you're only using 20% of your GPU and there's 80% available. They're not going to use the full 80%, but they'd use maybe 30 to 40. And hackers actually have the option to configure this, so the percentage of CPU or GPU that the miner uses. So it's a lot less noticeable and harder to find. The only downside of this to the hacker is that they make less money because they're not running on max power. For the attacker to make $2,000 per month if each infection gets them around 30 cents a day, yeah, you need to infect 250 people. So this usually isn't done through Discord or it's usually done on a large scale, like putting it in cracked software, stuff like that, where a lot of people can get infected. Okay, so this next one is interesting, and it's cracking hardware wallets. Now, you might have had a video pop up on your YouTube feed called how I hacked it was like a $2 million hardware wallet. That was the title of the video, and I remember it was popping up for me for weeks and weeks, and I didn't watch it. And I finally watched it. It ended up being super interesting. Now, there is something called hardware wallets, and it's literally like a physical thing, which is your crypto wallet, and you need a pin to unlock it. And if you enter the wrong pin more than 3 times, 2 times, whatever, they have different limits, it gets locked forever. And there's nothing you can do. So for a hacker, brute forcing is not an option. They can't. So what they do is attach it to their computer and read the memory. So basically read the RAM and try to exploit the bug that lets them see the pin. So if the pin for some reason pops up in a random memory address, it is possible to exploit this bug and see the pin of the crypto wallet, enter it in, and boom. I highly recommend you watch that other guy's video on it. I might put it in the comments or something because it was done really well. He helped the guy recover the pin for his hardware wallet, which had 2 million on it. And yeah, it's interesting. So give that a watch after this. Next on, we have Password Stealer. Now, whenever you log into a website on Chrome or whatever, and it asks you, oh, do you want to save your credentials? Do you want autofill, username, password? And you click save. Your username and password is now saved on your computer in your files. Now, yeah, it's encrypted, but it can be decrypted pretty easily. And let's say you let your computer save your Coinbase or any other exchange username and password. So if a hacker got those passwords, he's just going to log into your account and rinse it. So be very careful with what you download. And this also goes for the cryptojacking because a lot of this stuff just comes in malware. So I recommend always using a VM if you really want to like run something. Never run it on your computer because you never know. Now the last way crypto gets stolen and hacked is when a hacker or a team of hackers hacks into an exchange. Now, when this happens, it is very, very, very bad because they have access to thousands of accounts. So instead of just rinsing one account, they rinse like many. And after that, the exchange is usually dead. Like people just don't use it because they don't trust it. Reputation and trust is a big part of a crypto exchange. So once that's ruined, you know, it's GG's. Now for this one, you can't really do anything. The only active way that you can prevent this is using a trustworthy exchange. So yeah, those are 5 ways crypto gets hacked. There are many, many, many more. You know, hackers get pretty creative for this because crypto is very lucrative. But in this video, I just went over the most common ones that I also find interesting. That's it for today. So yeah, like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram. It's @ebola main, and I'll see you next time.